Hi, within this lecture, we're going to continue learning some very useful methods and essentials of Python. We're going to continue with the random first. Okay, so let me choose Markdown from here and write this as a heading random. So, as its name suggests, random method lets us create random numbers or some random operations. Why do we even need that? Maybe you wanna write a game using Python and you need a random number. Or maybe you're just creating another software and you need a random number between 1 and 10 for some reason. Actually, we come across this kind of problem in real life situation often. So Python has a library built in for random as well, and we can use this library, we can use this module package, and we will see what they are in the following sections. Don't worry if you don't know what a module or package means. We will use that random, and in order to use it we will say import random. Okay, and this import means importing some kind of package or external library to our own project. But in this case, we only need random, so I will say from random import rand_int, okay? So we're just taking a portion out of that library, actually, because we only read random integer right now, and we will see some other modules as well. Random integer lets us create random integers. It's very literal. But how do we do that? We have to give it a range, okay? So all we have to do is just say rand_int, and open parentheses, and say 0 to 1000. So it will create a random number between 0 and 1000. So if I do this one more time with the exact command, like you see, we get some different results because they're completely random. There's a very small chance that you get the same result over and over again. So what can we do more with random? We can shuffle some lists. How do we do that? Let's suppose we have a list called mylist2, and this is again list range 1 to 10. Okay, and if you call mylist2, you will see that this starts from 0 and all the way up to the 9. But I want it shuffled. I don't want starting from 0 to 9. Maybe I want 5, 4, 9, 7. I don't know. So if we import from random, import shuffle, and if we say shuffle mylist2, like this, shuffle mylist2, and if we hit shift enter, now mylist2 is shuffled actually. Now if I call mylist2, as you can see, now this is randomly distributed rather than consequently increasing. So we can use this, and this will come in handy when you will face this kind of problems in ethical hacking programming. Okay, so let me mark down another method for you, and this is called zipping. Okay, so like this. So why do we use zip anyway? Imagine that you have multiple lists and you want to combine them together. So we can use the zip method in order to do that. Let's suppose that we have 3 individual lists and we want to create a new list combining all of these elements. Maybe we can achieve that by writing very complex for loops within nested each other, right? But we don't have to do that actually, because we have a built-in function that does that easily without struggling the program, without having to consume too much RAM for us. So let's suppose I have a sport list in which I have running, swimming, and let's say basketball, for instance. run, swim, and basketball. And in another list, we have some calories list. Okay, so maybe running is 100 calories, and swimming is 200 calories, and basketball is 300 calories. And let's suppose that I'm writing a fitness app and I have a schedule here like day list, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, so I'm assigning some sport to the consumer, to the user, and I'm letting the user know the calories of that list. But for some reason I don't have dictionaries, because this is not actually a pair, but I have 3 individual lists. So if I say zip sport list and calories list and finally the day list, it will zip it and save it in a memory location. Okay, so this is where it's saved in my computer. But in order to get this as a list, I have to save the zip as a list. Then let me just create a new list variable and say Shift Enter. Let's see if I can get that. I won't get that because I still didn't convert it into a list. I didn't cast this as a list, right? So what do you do if you come across this kind of a problem? All you have to do, go hover over the zip and hit Shift Tab, and you will see the documentation, and you will see this will return some zipped object. Okay, so this is a zip object, not a list. So yeah, I have to cast this as a list in order to make this work, right? So when I'm creating that new list up here, not down in here, but up here, all I have to do is just say new list and cast this as a list. And if I hit Shift Enter right now, my new list will be actually a list. Now, as you can see, I have all of this combined together, and I can reach them easily by creating a for loop, right? Now I can just place them into the user as one element. So let's do that for element in new list with a colon print element, and it will print out the individual elements for us. So I think we are done here. Let's stop here, and within the next lecture we're going to see some advanced methods of lists.